We will start with a hood fender jamb today. As always use a cleaner and a rag to wipe the surfaces clean prior to trying to bond any adhesive material. This particular jamb is a very common hood fender jamb with a sharp radius hem flange on the hood and a deep transition on the fender. Now, many shops today will utilize our 1/2 inch foam product and apply it to the side of the fender like that. When the hood is closed, this will form a very effective seal so that you do not get paint blow-by. However, when you close the hood, it will roll the foam deeper into the jamb, exposing the adhesive to the critical edge, to the critical paint edge, resulting in a hard paint line that takes you, the end user, time to fix and buff out at the end. After doing a lot of studies on various jambs using the 3 sizes of foam that we have available, in this particular hood fender jamb, we would look in the back of the box. There's a very nice set of illustrations that helps you, the end user, determine which size foam to use, where to stick it in the jamb, and how to hide the adhesive. This middle row has 3 different hood fender jambs. The jamb we have today is very similar to this particular illustration. This illustration indicates we should use the 28 millimeter or 1 inch product, place it on the bottom of the hood flange, and I will give you a demonstration of that right now. We take a portion of the foam tape. The adhesive is also offset on this particular product, and that is for a good reason. That allows us to hide the adhesive from the paint edge. You would take that adhesive and apply it to the bottom of the hood, as shown in the illustration. Sometimes you have to go around the struts like we've done there. We'd apply it to the underside. As always, rub it down well in both directions. Then we will close the hood. And you see, with this particular product, it may actually protrude from the jamb. Very simple to push down with your finger and set the foam to the proper depth in the jamb. Just like that. Now you have a jamb that's effectively sealed, and there is no adhesive exposed to the critical edge, and you will get a very nice soft paint line. Now we're at the A-pillar, and we'll look at the illustrations on the box, and we'll see that there really only is one recommendation for the A-post, and that is utilizing the 28 millimeter or 1 inch product, and if you look closely, applied to the back of the fender wing. And I will give you a demonstration of that particular application. As you can see, I applied a portion of it already. And you keep working the wide product with the offset adhesive. Recall, we want to, again, use the right size product on the right surface and hide the adhesive. So we're going to bury that adhesive deep behind the fender wing. So we apply it behind there and push it down with your fingers and go all the way from the bottom of this particular aperture to the top. And we'll leave a little portion stuck out. Apply it in place well with your finger. Now we will close this particular aperture, close the door, and you'll see it will greatly protrude or stick out from the opening. Very typical for this particular application. In this case, use a plastic spreader and push the foam in place. Set the foam inside the jamb. You all realize how difficult it is to mask the A-pillar. You will find out that this technique is extremely fast and effective to prevent any blow-by of paint into the A-post area. And there you have it. Now we're at the B-post area of the vehicle. If you look at this particular jam, you can see there are two surfaces where you could apply the 3M soft edge foam tape to. Typically, painters and preppers will apply it to this particular surface. They'll use the 12 millimeter or a 1/2 inch product and apply it to that surface. And now when the door is closed, it compresses the foam and rolls it, exposing the adhesive to the paint edge. And that causes a hard paint line that has to be fixed after the painting process. Now what we would recommend, if you look at the illustrations in the box, you can see we recommend the 12 millimeter product, but the adhesive exposed to the inner face of that jam. And we'll give you a demonstration of that. So we want to apply it to this inner face. We run the foam right down that surface, sticking it in place. And the reason we do this is to hide that adhesive from the paint edge. Now when the door is closed, it'll compress the foam. The adhesive is still buried underneath, and you get a very good paint transition in this jam. The jam is sealed, and there is no adhesive exposed to the paint edge. Now we're at the seat post. This is one of the more complicated jams because there's such a variety of seat post types. If we look at this particular jam, it's a fairly deep jam, and it actually changes from top to bottom. So let's look at our illustrations on the back of the package and determine which product to use. It's a fairly deep jam, so we can try the 19 millimeter or 3/4 inch product positioned on that particular surface. We'll demonstrate that. Here we have a strip of 19 millimeter product. We'll run it along and apply it to this jam surface. You notice the radius here. If I cut the corner or try to stretch it in place, there's going to be a gap. You can easily peel the product up, reposition it, and feed it into that corner of the jam. Follow the contour all the way down to the bottom. You notice how quickly this product can be applied to a jam. We rub it in place, as we always do, and we can close the aperture, and the product is in place and sealed. Now we're at the same seat post jam, and we'd like to show you another option for effectively using soft edge foam to seal that jam. You can see we can use the 28 millimeter product applied to the back of the door, and this is particularly useful when the quarter panels have deep transitions, as shown in this diagram. We'll give you an example of that. We have the product. The offset adhesive is applied to the back side of the door, hiding the adhesive from the critical paint edge. With this product, you'll notice it's easiest to apply it from the outside of the door looking in, so you can gauge how much foam is overhanging the side of the door. And once it's in place, we rub it down to secure the product. We apply it. You notice it's conformable. This product is really a very versatile product and can be used nearly in every jam on the vehicle. So if you have any questions about which product to use, grab the 28 millimeter product. The product is now attached to the back side of the door, the moving part of the aperture. We close that aperture, and as usual with this product, it does stick out of the jam, and we run our finger down to set the product to the appropriate depth.